First of all, I'll say thank you. Oh, Martin left. Where'd he go?
He'll be back again.
I did hear that I needed to set up a meeting with Corey and work on some kind of communication plan related to everything that they were talking about so we can communicate better to residents. Thanks to everyone who showed up tonight at our open house, and thank you to my staff who's here, and especially Tara and Ziggy and David for speaking on our behalf tonight. I really appreciate those comments. The data tells one story, but it's those personal testimonies that we really tend to listen to and remember because they resonate with us because of that heartfelt authenticity. So thank you for sharing those with us. And I do have a little story of my own to share that I like. I've been showing this at our orientations.
Hi, Carrie. How's it going?
You want to phone calls right now? Yes. And wait, we have a correction. The Raymond Love Amy thing was
So
Joe.
that's me in 1988.
That was a mean joke. Okay. I think that was kind of rude.
And in a station very similar to the one that I manage today in Dearborn, where I grew up.
Everyone knows that Carol loves you.
And I spent many Saturday nights there producing a show similar to MTV. It was a back porch video.
Jeff loves Courtney.
Courtney, that is. Courtney.
Hannah.
It was live television
Hannah loves Joe.
in a studio where we were answering phones.
Hi, Tony loves Billy.
Millie.
We showed the videos.
Actually, I had a grandmother named Millie.
in high school.
Maybe it's the same one.
Served as camera operators,
who knows?
floor managers,
This
and
is
it's
a
where I
very fun
first
thing.
directed
That's cool.
my first live television.
I want them to win.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that hilarious that we can be able to dig that up? So, my classmates from Back Porch Video alum literally have gone around the world in careers in production, working as a creative director at Nat Geo, directing National Navy commercials, writing, producing for HBO and more. And community public access studios is where many careers start. So tonight, I wanted to celebrate a few of our BCTV employees who have taken that step in their career. And these are 4 employees that have gone on to full-time jobs after getting experience here in our studios. So I really wanted to celebrate them a little bit tonight. And thank my full-time staff. These are the folks that help make everything happen. So I'm maybe the one presenting tonight, but this certainly was a team effort in pulling the presentation together, and the work cannot be done without them. So thank you all so much. Greg, Steve, Jose, and Amy are the ones that really put the ideas in motion. So again, thank you. And our part-time staff, many are here tonight, and I so appreciate your support and showing up and enjoying the open house with us. It's great to get together sometimes when we're not really working and hang out, eating a hot dog and having ice cream and see what's going on in your lives. So these are our current part-time staff. Some of them are not here tonight because they're actually, one is in the studio directing this meeting right now. Lee, thank you, wherever you are, hello. And some are one is in Bingham Farms, and I think there's another one in Beverly Hills right now, doing similar meetings to this one. So without these technicians, producers, videographer, and assistants represent a lot of the work that we do for our BCTV Birmingham Area Cable Board contract. Thank you. These are our PEG communities, just a reminder of who we serve. They're working to support Bloomfield Hills, Birmingham, Bingham Farms, Beverly Hills, and Franklin. So I'm first going to begin with talking about cable, that half, the types of programs we manage, 714 total productions. Almost half are the public programs and half are the governmental meetings. And you can see the breakdown of the meetings that we covered. Bloomfield Township Library, 96 meetings, that's a big chunk of our work, and the Birmingham Bloomfield, that's another community similar in size. Providing transparency in government. Breaking those down even further, the sports, concerts, and parades, a lot of those are going on right now. We're into the concert season, the Birmingham shows that are in the park there, lectures, PSA doc, special programs, and podcasts. We're still doing a lot of podcasts. Many are done virtually, and others are in our new podcast studio. this year we really opened up the space by taking down the 2 sets that had been there for about 10 years. And one of those was from Ziggy doing his live production of his show. We started a new youth workshop today that's running in conjunction with the police academy that's going on right now. We've been doing orientations more frequently. We did one in December, February, and March, and the one in June, which is bringing people physically together and really utilizing the studio. These open houses have led to new community producers, the Distracted Librarians, which we heard about tonight, and these other shows as well. There's also one that's not mentioned, is the one that's covering the rebuilding of the Oakland Hills Golf Course, which I think is going to continue to be an interesting show to follow. We've implemented new ideas in the cable department. We have a monthly newsletter that we produce, and this printable digital program guide where if you go to it, you can actually click the shows and it'll not only just give you the schedule where we are on cable, but you can click the little box there and it'll take you to the show on YouTube where you can watch it there. Our audience growth. So we have grown our audience. We up almost 400 subscribers on YouTube with 925 videos published there and almost 100,000 views. The BCTV Facebook has grown. Our reach is up 36% with 443 more subscribers, and our local Lens newsletter is brand new and we have 315 subscribers that we stay in touch with. And I do hesitate in putting too much importance on these numbers because all of the revenue, all of the programming that you see these days is driven by marketing revenue, marketing dollars, advertising revenue. And PEG television is the one place where that doesn't matter anymore. Like if you want to put a show on, it doesn't mean that many people have to watch it. It's more about, the mission of PEG is more about the community access and the ability to be able to share the stories. So I share these numbers with a reminder that those views are not our focus, but being able to offer the community access to the technology and resources to tell the stories, that is our true focus in being a PEG station. This past year, we celebrated a few awards that we've won. The 3 awards were related to the recruitment campaign we produced for the police department. While we lost the top spot for the best use of social media platforms and website, we lost to Los Angeles, which has 10,000 sworn officers in the police department and a 20-person staff just for the police department. So I was delighted to be in their company, and to lose to them was totally fine. These awards are given by NATOA, the National Association of Telecommunication Officers and Advisors. This is an organization we belong to that helps protect the rights to our revenues generated by the use of our rights of way. So this is an important conference that I attended in October. And it's an awards, that's the final night, but most of the conference was spent talking about preserving the revenue that is generated by a percentage of the cable bills that customers paid. And it was an ongoing thing in every meeting I attended pretty much. And as consumers cancel cable subscriptions and switch to broadband services to view content on a variety of streaming media platforms like Netflix, YouTube, and Hulu, the funding of PEG stations is decreasing, and that's what's summarized there in that chart. So to reduce that week-long conference in a nutshell, there is disruption in the entertainment and news industry right now, and that's affecting us. And the mantra was that if companies continue to operate within the community's right of way, they must pay for that access. So 2 things related to that. First is that there was legislation here in Michigan, HB 4965, and our communities, our PEG stations, got together and wrote letters in protest of that bill to save $100 million in franchise fees for the state of Michigan. And we were the only state that's been successful in battling that funding so far. And our supervisor and our treasurer and clerk all wrote a letter in protest of that legislation, and it did not pass. So it helps when we all join together and support that kind of action. So secondly, related to the funding, there is good news out of Florida, who passed a communications services tax with bipartisan support. This tax includes cable and satellite television, video and music streaming, telephone and voice over internet protocol. So Netflix is paying in Florida. So how did this legislation get passed? That's a story to be continued. And I'm sure I'll have more detail on it when I return from this year's conference that will happen at the end of August. So moving on to community relations, the other half of the house. We redesigned our newsletter, which goes out quarterly to the community. And I think that it's just so much more of a fresher look. It's a little bit bigger now, easier to read, and I think it really captures your attention. So great job to Amy and the rest of the team for pulling that together. We continue to grow our print media, the food trucks collateral, and then also something that we've done related to storm sewers so that we can communicate in a visually attractive way. And public relations, I don't know how much you've noticed that we've appeared in local publications, but it's more because we are sending out press releases on the regular about once a week. And so it's really been able to let people know, not just from our stories and our videos, but in other publications. And I know that people that turned up tonight at the open house, they found out about it in Eagle, and so that's why they were there. So it works. The communication works. All the platforms, all together, all the time. It's a lot, and it takes a great effort, but I think we're doing a pretty good job. The electronic newsletters we manage. The Township e-news goes out once a week and kind of pulls all of the items together, videos and other related hot items that we need to let the community know about. The BT Buzz is an internal communication that we do now monthly. The recruitment blotter is about a bi-weekly publication that goes out to people that show up at recruiting events, just to keep them in the loop of that we still need more officers and to remind them that they want to come work at Bloomfield Township. And Local Lens is, again, our email that we send out from the cable department to let people know when we have open houses or to get orientations and highlighting local producers. Our social media growth. You can see our highlighting there is the Instagram at 23%. And other departments, they're all growing a little bit at a time, with BCT Facebook growing 13%, and the police Facebook, we just trail behind them, but we're doing the best we can to catch up. Grants awarded last year, $96,000, and what we've done with the relatively new grants and engagement position is trying to bring all of the applications that happen throughout the township into our department so that Jose manages them, and then once we get them, he'll help facilitate all of the paperwork and things that are required in order to report back. Pending, these $390,000 are what we've actually applied for, and we're waiting to hear back at this time. We also have appropriation requests from the state that include outdoor equipment for the senior center, a command center vehicle, and turnout gear. So that's an additional, but the chances of us getting them, they're slim, so we didn't include it in the $390,000. We feel like we have a better chance with these grants that are in front of you here. Community engagement, we returned the open house, which was a wildly successful event. I think people loved coming out and seeing everything that was going on again, the first time after COVID. And we've continued to really amplify some of the events that have already been happening, and adding the food trucks, which is back again this summer. And our first food truck that was last week already had the second best attendance so far. So people are seeing our signage, and they're just stopping in and seeing what we've got going on. And we're passing out postcards and letting people know about other things that are happening. So we continue to reach out and meet our community members and let them know that there's many ways to find out about all the wonderful things that go on here in Bloomfield Township. The website migration. So 60% of our website traffic comes from mobile devices, and we really needed to update the website in order to make it more user-friendly. So it was increasingly important that content that needs to be adjusted so it's compatible with a variety of devices and screen sizes, particularly helpful for the mobile app. The new website features that we were able to incorporate, we being pretty much Amy, as she was leading this project, the Senior Center calendar. So there are many programs and events offered at the Senior Center. Residents were not aware unless they searched for them within Senior Services pages. So we added a category to the current calendar. Now Senior Center can promote special programs, cancellations, and closure alerts within our website calendar. Residents benefit from seeing new, interesting programs in the calendar field, and this is especially useful for the app. We added the How Do I menu on the homepage. Users frequently use the search feature because they do not know where to look for something, so we're trying to think like a resident and add common services that they search for, redirecting them to the correct page. Friendly links were created. Each department has some frequently used pages and have been given a shorthand friendly link for improved user experience. So instead of that long link that leads to the fire department, we have bloomfieldtwp.org/fire. We use the migration as an opportunity to work with each department to refresh content and verify accuracy. So Amy went and met with everybody, all the department heads, and we eliminated some pages that were just taking up space and made everything, kind of cleaned everything up and did an overhaul. It was overdue. It was time. The mobile app design. So if you remember, about a year ago, I said that an app was coming, and it's finally here. So what took so long? So first of all, there was the bidding process where we met with 4 vendors from across the country to see what they had to offer, comparing pricing along with functionality, and we landed on Jake Apps, who happened to be based in our neighboring community of Bingham Farms. Then the fun really began with the initial design, testing, changes, acceptance into the App Store, which we had to wait for a while because you never really know when they were going to accept it. So that took probably 3 months to get approved. Then we were able to conduct focus groups, incorporated the feedback, the soft launch, and now, today, here we have our mobile app ready to go. So if you're watching right now, or if you're sitting in the audience, you can scan your QR code and you'll be taken to our website where you can download either the app for your Android or your iPhone and start using it. So it has pretty basic functionality to begin with, and we'll continue to add to that. You don't want to do everything all at once. You want to get people using it and being able to tell them about new things. And one of the most useful features is the click and report, where if you're walking around taking photos and you see something, you can snap a photo of it and send it directly to the department who can take care of the issue for you. We also increased our recruiting marketing. So what we started with the police department, we've pretty much repeated with the fire department. These are little bookmarks that we've created, and hundreds have been passed out to new recruits. And we also initiated a LinkedIn training workshop for all department heads so we could be recruiting from our networks. And we supported that work with new social media graphics and headshot photos for department heads. So what's next? For this year, we partnered up with the Regional Youth Academy to offer the documentary workshop that's running this week to build relationships between the media and police departments. While the Academy students are learning more about policing, our workshop is helping tell these stories. And this year, there was a media component added to the Academy where Brent Cass from WXYZ came in, talked to the students, and coincidentally, Brett told me today that he had his first exposure to television production at a public access station. Back to school with BCTV will be a day of digital learning literacy workshops for our community producers with topics that will cover how to get your video seen on YouTube, making videos with your phone, storytelling, and more. We're still pulling together the curriculum for that, but we're looking forward to having that in September. And the stage at the bottom represents the cultural stage that will be an addition to this year's open house, where we will host local performance groups like a dance company and gymnastics group in addition to kicking off the open house with the Bloomfield High School Band, really highlighting the cultural diversity and artistic nature of our community and our residents. And with the increasing of my budget for the part-time staff, we will be hiring four part-time positions that will help produce short, educational, informative news packages that will be published both on social media platforms and in the quarterly news magazine for the cable broadcast. And finally, sorry, I should have stayed on the other slide, but as a big part of this year's budget is the updating to Township Hall. So a year from now, when this report is delivered, the space will be refreshed with new paint, chairs, and updated video equipment. The new relationships that we've developed, I modeled after the collaborative relationships police and fire have with Oak Tack and Oak Way, respectively. I've looked for ways to deepen our relationships with the neighboring communities. When I saw that Chief Gallagher would be part of the Sheriff's Town Halls, I offered to have our crew videotape the events, and they've been shared throughout not just YouTube, but other communities, so that all of us are more informed. In the same way that police and fire work with neighboring communities, we are doing the communication that can be shared throughout them. We also covered some of the pre-conferences of the North American Active Assailant Conference, so that lessons learned can be shared beyond those able to attend in person. And as we have looked to highlight community organizations in the past, we are looking to connect with the Birmingham Bloomfield Arts Center with more regularity, in the same way that we have done with our dear library friends. Finally, today is one of my favorite work days of the year, because I reflect a lot about what we've accomplished over the last year, and we get to bring our community together to celebrate the work in person. And I'm going to show you a short video of what my best day of the year was, since this is the second best day, my best day of the year. And let me just set it up by telling you that it's the rare occasion now that I get to get out of the office and from behind the desk and go back into production. And really, it was a way for the three of us, myself, Greg, and Steve, to get out in the field. The production part is why we're in this business. So now that we're doing more management, it's so rare that we get to do production. And so this was a day that the three of us were able to go out and make something together. And we really do. We love production. So working collaboratively like this to tell a story, which was also a really amazing team building experience that extended beyond my team and included the fire department. And we were all working together to tell this story. So let me take a quick look. Short video.
We're ready.
Where's my audio?
We're ready.
There it is. So we're out here this morning with the Bloomfield Township Fire Department. One of the best things about summer is being on the water, but you need to be safe. And if you need to be rescued, this is some of the training they do in order to help you out. I really do have the best job.
This summer, the Bloomfield Township Fire Department can save a life as quickly as possible. Always have a life jacket or throwable life preserver.
They're here to make you guys look good with the whole thing of editing.
Before I get to my questions, I just want to say it was the perfect Michigan summer day, and we got to spend it on one of our beautiful lakes. And then there's the story that we get to tell about the excellent training that our fire department receives to keep our community safe. So I just have to mention that I shared this video with a firefighter paramedic from another community recently, and he said, what a great safety topic, and that drowning kills more people each year in the United States than fire. So he shared some data with me. And that included that over 4,500 people died due to drowning each year from 2020 to 2022, 500 more per year compared to 2019. So actually drowning has increasing. So with all the lakes included in the service area for our fighters, isn't it imperative that they be properly trained? Funding for cable and community relations doesn't come from taxpayer dollars, as you know, but public safety is taxpayer funded. So while we can't include a call to action in our communication to residents, we can educate and inform the community about the training that goes on here so that when a millage renewal is on the ballot, as it will be this fall, they can connect the dots and make an informed decision. These stories are the consistent heartbeat of our community. And now I'm ready for any questions you may have.
Anyone have any questions?
Not a question, just a comment. Thank you and your staff for the exceptional work that you do and helping to provide really the face of Bloomfield Township through the stories, through everything that you do, and also updating, and very much in need of updating the technology and the platforms that we're able to use, through the department. So again, thank you very much. Great job.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'd like to add, you're doing an awesome job. I came to both your open houses last year and this year, which was fun. I missed the ice cream though. Had to get over here for the meeting. But I love the staff. I don't know them all, but obviously I've worked with some of the guys, and especially like Greg on Preservation Bloomfield. And I came to Ziggy's program. I brought my husband. He actually came to one of your open houses too, or your training communities. And the things you're doing, it just keeps growing. And I'm an advertising background person, and communication. So I think it's awesome. The more we can share what we have here, so we have a lot to offer. And thank you for you and your team for doing such a great job.
Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to echo what everybody else on the board has said and seen. What you guys have been able to do with the cable department is amazing. Right? Again, we've been able to update it, get more reach out to different residents, and hit different demographics that our township has. Right? Then make sure that everybody's voice is being heard and has the opportunity. And it's great. I appreciate it. Again, prior to being on the board, I didn't even know we had this. I'm not gonna lie. Now I see all the amazing things that we do and provide to our residents and different ways they can get out and get different platforms. It's great. So thank you so much for all you do and your staff does on a daily basis. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, you certainly continue to impress me every year. You do it bigger and better, and the communication, the newsletter looks great. What's going on in the mailing. I did just have a question. I didn't know about that local lens e-newsletter. So how can we sign up for that?
I think if you go to Bloomfield TWP/cable, it will direct you to all of the newsletters where you can sign up.
Great. I'll be signing up for that. Thanks.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you. You guys, there's nothing you guys can't do. It's just amazing. Sometimes you guys are given less than 24 hours to throw something together. Sometimes it's weeks. And the quality that you put out, no matter how fast the turn-on is always very high. And all of your personalities are amazing and unique, and I love it. So thank you guys, to all of you, and to you, Carrie.
So I also don't have a question, but I have a statement. So, while small in number, the cable department is truly mighty in its talent, its productivity, its creativity. And this report just scratched the surface of the things that you all do for us. So thank you, and I look forward to next year's presentation. They're always really amazing.
Thanks, Barnes.
Thank you very much.